Steve, how do you think you placed after a pretty eventful first day?
I think we're in a good spot. We probably had a few missed opportunities with the bat to try and get a bigger total, but I think the wickets offered something all day, as we've seen, and we're in a pretty good position, 169 in front. What are they, 4 down? We're in a decent spot. Hopefully it does a little bit in the morning like it did today. So could have been a better day, but we're still in a nice position.
How did it feel out there for you personally after a bit of a break?
Felt good. Felt in a nice place. I love batting here at Lords. Enjoyed my time out there while I was out there, and left a few in the shed, unfortunately.
Steve, do you know if you guys were going to bat first or bowl first?
Yeah, I think we're going to bat.
Did the way the wicket played, it looked like you guys came out a bit more intent after lunch and sort of a few more sort of shots flying? Is that sort of the way to go on that? And how did you sort of see the wicket, I guess?
I didn't feel like I had more intent. It was more just, I think we got a few more loose balls that we could put away. It felt quite tricky. The wicket felt like it was doing enough all day. A little bit too paced, probably a little bit on the slower side, and then one kind of zing through, if that makes sense to you. But it offered something all day. I think even with the older ball, the last few wickets that Rabada got, it felt like when I got out, it got a little bit softer, but it still offered something at that point. So hopefully it's the same in the morning.
Steve, what have you made of the way that Webster's attacked his opportunity in the team and the way he batted today?
He's done a terrific job. I think he was pretty annoyed at his first 30 balls today. Didn't feel like he could spell bat for a little bit there, but things can turn around really quickly in England, and I think playing in England actually suits him. The way he scores his runs, he scores really square of the wicket. So when the ball's swinging around, it suits him. He gets it on the top of the bounce, being tall, and like I said, he defends nice and straight and scores really square, which I think's a good trait in England.
And did you have a good look at the LBW appeal that they sort of had against him that they didn't review? And were you surprised they didn't?
I heard it was out. Is that right? Yeah. It looked pretty good to me from the other end. I don't know what actually happened there. I know Bo was in a little bit of pain. I don't think it actually hit his pad. I think it just hit his leg. Someone said they saw Rabada shape to say he might have hit it. Certainly didn't look like that from my view, but I was surprised they didn't appeal more. I don't think many people really went up, to be honest. Where I was like, geez, that looks pretty good. But they had a chance to use a referral and didn't.
Put your hand right up so you guys can see with it.
So what was the discussion after you were out, before you went out to bowl? Did you have a chat? Was there a bit of a give some words before you went back out to bowl?
Just to keep it simple, just try and hit good areas for long periods and hit the top of the stumps. I think. Excuse me. Oh dear. There's been obviously there was a bit on offer. A little bit of variable bounce, as we saw. We were standing really close at slip, and we had a couple still not get to us. So a little bit of variable bounce and a bit of sideways movement. So it was basically just keep it really simple, hit the top of the stumps and challenge the defence.
Steve, just a word on Rabada. You faced him quite a lot. This might sound strange, but what makes him good? Because he's not particularly fast. He doesn't really move it around. He doesn't really have something unique about him, but he obviously gets a lot of wickets and is very good. What is it about him?
I wouldn't say he doesn't move it around.
Okay.
I think he's got good skills. He can shape the ball away, can nibble it both ways. He's relentless. He's always at you. He's always up for the challenge. He charges in all day, and his record speaks for itself, doesn't it? He's a quality bowler and showed that again today.
Steve, is there anything you learnt from your lesson today that you might do differently in the second innings when you get a bat in the second innings?
Don't nick the part-time off-spinner. Down the slope. I'm still trying to fathom how I've done that. Don't do that. And then, I don't know, just play what's in front of us. Might take a bit more spin as the game wears on. It's pretty dry. I don't know, the seam might go down as the game goes on as well, potentially. So I think the bounce is going to be variable throughout the game, as we've seen already on day one. So no, just play what's in front of us, and yeah, hopefully we can get a few early ones in the morning and sort of go through them and have a bit of a lead. That's the ideal scenario for us right now.
Steve, last time you were here for a test match, obviously you came up against a batting side that came at you a little bit harder than perhaps happened today. Were you surprised by how South Africa let you guys bowl to them a bit in the way they did?
I thought the guys bowled pretty well, to be fair. It's not the easiest surface to just come out and try and wallop it either. I think the couple of times they went at it and tried to drive the ball, we got the edges. So a couple of them played quite nicely when they were late and defending under their eyes. It was pretty, difficult to get out, I suppose, for them at that stage. So, it's the kind of wicket, I think, where you've got to be solid in defence, and then when you get a loose ball, pounce on it. That's key. So, the boys bowled really well tonight.
In terms of how the ball, is the ball, do you sense it's going softer? Obviously, you guys had a tough time at the top of your innings getting through it. Do you think getting through the first 20-odd overs makes a big difference? Yeah,
what are we at, 20-something right now? I'd say probably 40 maybe, it gets a bit softer. It's kind of general in every game almost that we play, particularly because the surface is a little bit abrasive as well. But even when it got soft, Bo was out there at that stage and he said it was still offering something as well. So, that might change as the game goes on, but it was a day one wicket, but we'll see.
Steve, it probably feels like a long time ago, but Marnus in the opening role, how do you alter his expectations given the trickiness of the conditions, and what was the sort of pass mark for him in that role today?
I thought he started pretty well today. He looked really sharp in his movements. He left really nicely. He was solid in defence, and he played some really good shots. So, I think it would have been nice to have gone on and made a few more, as it would have been for all of us out there. But I think we can take some positives on the way he was moving and the way he was playing.
Steve, were you guys surprised at all, I guess, the way the surface played relative to how it looked? It looked pretty, straw-coloured, but were you expecting it to do a bit before the game?
I feel day one here, it always offers a little bit of something, even when it looks, the colour of the wicket was quite white. It wasn't a green wicket, I suppose, that you see, but I've seen one-day wickets we've played here where it's been similar and it's actually seamed quite a bit, particularly with the newer ball. So I always feel like it offers something, particularly early on in the game. As the grass dies down, I think it's going to offer less, but I wasn't too surprised that it was offering what it did. I thought it would be pretty slow, given how dry it looked. Kind of played as I thought it would, in a way.
Steve, Alex Carey would have been disappointed with that drop catch. Was there anything do you think that happened there that I guess threw him out of his normal position for catching that, and how did he kind of react afterwards? Because I suppose it's not an easy thing.
Yeah, he was fine after. I think it was just one of those ones that just swung a little bit on him, which can happen with the Dukes ball. You quite often see the ball go past the bat and it swing late. It was one of those ones that just swung a little bit on him and got himself in a bit of an awkward position with where it got to at his chest, I suppose. It's a tricky place to catch behind the wicket sometimes when the ball does that. And, he's been keeping so well the last 2 years. So, we're all allowed to drop him every now and again.
Steve, just obviously, when you talk about Mitch, Pat and Josh, we know how good they are. They've proved it over a long time. But just the fact that at this stage of their career, they are able to bowl 6-7 over spells on warmish days and keep that intensity up, what kind of a luxury is that, especially on a day where probably you didn't get the kind of total you wanted?
Yeah, they've done it for a long time, haven't they? And today was no different. I thought they all bowled really nicely. When you've only got a couple of hours to bowl in the night, you can probably give a little bit more, knowing you're going to have a break afterwards. And the boys bowled a couple of long spells. you know, it wasn't too warm out there, so that was nice. It was a pretty good temperature, which always helps. But yeah, they keep coming again and again, and you know, I've done it for a long time. And you know, I looked up today and I kind of forget every now and again. Starkey's played 97 tests this one, which is a hell of an effort for a fast bowler. You know, he's just relentless with his body, and you know, he's a tough character. He bowls through a lot of pain and things like that. So yeah, the three have been great, and hopefully they can come again in the morning and make a few early inroads.